Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm just going to do a whip and chat as I continue working on my Aperol Spritz from Diamond Art Club. You can see it is so sparkly. It's looking amazing. A lot of the same color, as you can see. It's a lot nicer when I get over to the glass. It'll be a little bit better as we get lower down. There's more of the orange and the fruit. So I'm looking forward to getting a little bit more variation in the colors. I hope everyone is doing okay. It's Saturday, I think it's January 30th, which is crazy. I can't believe it's the end of January 2021 already. I don't know where this month went, but it's definitely gone by quick. It's been a pretty mellow weekend so far, to be honest, but that's not too surprising since we're still under pretty heavy lockdown or quarantine, which is unfortunate. Restaurants are going to be opening up soon, which I'm so thankful for. My husband's birthday is on February 14th. Yeah, he's a Valentine's baby, so we celebrate his birthday rather than Valentine's Day. But when we go out for dinner, I usually get a rose from the restaurant, so I still get a little treat, and he always gets me a Valentine's Day card. But we try to keep it about his birthday. So I was a little worried we weren't going to be able to go out for his birthday, and I was pretty happy to hear that we are. So I'm going to try to find a restaurant that we haven't tried yet here. Well, I'm sure there's definitely something nice. For my birthday, which was back in November, he took me to a very nice French restaurant. I still dream about the food we ate. It was so freaking good. So hopefully I can find something to the same level. And then he's away next weekend, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do. Hopefully can get out for some cross-country skiing. Maybe take Glenn for a hike or something like that. Just get outdoors. It's warmed up. It was really cold during this week. It cooled off over last weekend, or just at the end of last weekend, so I think Sunday, Monday, it really got cold. So it was minus 18 Celsius. So most mornings, which I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's cold and it's not fun to do anything outside, especially when you have to go for a walk. So we have booties for Glenn, which he absolutely hates wearing, but it makes it so he can at least stand being out there. Apparently he is as much of a baby as I am when it comes to the cold. So then if he doesn't have his booties on, he can't last as long, and he needs the walk with how much energy he has. So that's, today was a lot warmer. It was actually really enjoyable to go for a walk. I met up with my mom. We went for a nice walk with Glenn, and then we went to Michael's. So what we're going to try to do is some watercolor painting. I was watching some YouTube videos, and I saw one about Christmas cards, and they looked somewhat easy. I'm sure it's not easy, and when you haven't painted with watercolors, however you say it, before, but it looks like it'd be fun to make your own cards rather than always buying them. So we're gonna try to start with some Valentine's Day cards. So we got the watercolor paper, the brushes, and just a simple thing of paint. I'm gonna make a video of the haul I got. It's a mini haul. I wanted to get more, but this Michael's, oh my gosh, was it ever picked over? I don't know if it's just because they're transitioning between, like winter and they had a ton of Easter stuff, so I guess moving on from Christmas. But even their yarn, maybe they had a sale that I missed out on, but everything was so picked over. So even the watercolor brushes, there was hardly anything there. They may be having trouble getting stuff from suppliers, just like a lot of stores and companies. So perhaps that is why. So I wanted to peruse the yarn a bit more. I have all of these patterns floating in my head that I want to try to do. I love making blankets. I've been making some toques. If you check out one of my other videos, I'm making toques to donate. So I've made quite a few so far. I finished up one last night, and you know those funny like expectation versus reality memes? This is definitely one of those. I don't know if I just was not able to read the pattern correctly. As I was making it, it seemed a bit off, and it doesn't look at the picture. So I don't know if I was just out to lunch, but this toque does not look like the photo at all. It'll do. I'm just donating them. But yeah, I was a little shocked, and it made me think of how much more I enjoy making blankets. I'm wrapped up in a blanket right now. I'm always cold. So I like making blankets for people because I think it's just something nice to have that's handmade, and that keeps you nice and warm and cozy. Glenn is currently in a little donut sleeping on one of the blankets I've made a while ago. As he's claimed the couch, he's been a psycho today, so I'm just letting him sleep on the couch because he's quiet and not barking, and I'm just gonna take that piece while I can. But it was fun going to Michael's. I always love going. I was trying to find a photo box to store my drills in. I know lots of people use the photo boxes to store all of their drills in after they break down a kit, but I don't. They once again, it was so horribly picked over, but I found a nice green one. It's not one of the larger ones. It's a bit of a smaller one, but I'm curious, for anyone that uses the photo box to store their drills, how do you make the divider? Do you have to make it, or do you buy something that divides it into 2 sections, 2 or 3, depending on the size of your box? Because they didn't really have anything there, and maybe I wasn't looking in the right section. But if you could leave that in the comments, that would be super helpful about where you purchased your photo box and how you have it split up and what you used to do that, because I really want to get my drills a little bit more organized, so when I, kit up and kit down, it all just kind of works a lot nicer. And I wanted to get these labels, but they didn't have any there. Once again, horribly picked over. So I'll have to take a look maybe at Staples or Amazon, because I want to get round labels for round drills and square labels for square drills for the baggies. Because right now I just have written on Sharpie, which was a mistake, because now when I try to use those baggies again, I'm not going to be able to, because there's going to be Sharpie all over it indicating the number and the company. I keep my drills split by company just because I find the quality different, especially squares. If you've seen any of my other videos, I do indicate a company that I purchased, and the squares weren't all the same size, and it drove me bonkers because it really affected the overall quality of the piece. That was kind of like the highlight of the week. Actually, no. It's COVID and you're bored and nothing else is going on when this is the excitement of like almost your year. So last night was Friday. We order out on Friday. We've been doing really, really good at cooking and having meals. So we have lunch that we don't have to buy anything. My husband still goes into downtown, so we're not buying lunch, and we're just eating a little healthier. So we cook Sunday to Thursday, and then we order out on Friday. We ordered Vietnamese, and I was super pumped for my pho. It's been so long since I've had a good bowl of pho, and they had a sauté peanut beef noodle soup. And my husband ordered a vermicelli dish, and my work, which was amazing, gave us an Uber Eats voucher. Normally we wouldn't use Uber Eats, but because we still had some money left on the voucher, that's who we ordered through to get from this restaurant. So we wait the hour for them to make it and bring it over to us. It was a little further away. We don't really have any good Vietnamese places near us. Waiting patiently for it to get delivered. It's delivered, super pumped, starving at this point. And my husband's meal is all there. I only was given the broth. So they always give like the broth in like a styrofoam thing, and then usually like in a bowl they have the noodles and the beef. No, that was not included, only the broth. I was heartbroken. At first, my husband accused me of only ordering broth, and I was like, that's not even an option. It's not like I ordered incorrectly. So I called the restaurant. Of course, they were super apologetic. I'm sure they were very busy, and everyone's stressed out. Everyone's overworked, for those that are able to go in. And I'm sure they're pumping out a lot of orders. They're in a near inner city, so pretty busy spot, I'm sure. So it happens, but because I ordered through Uber Eats, they couldn't help me. I did end up getting a credit, a refund from Uber Eats and a credit for my trouble. But I just ordered again. I wanted, like, my husband's meal. He said it was so good. We ordered some salad rolls that came just fine and they were delicious. So I wanted to, you know, at least keep the money going to them even after my refund. And yes, I know those delivery companies take a huge chunk. Like I said, we wouldn't have used this if I didn't have the voucher from work. So I ordered again, and the guy eventually gets it, picks it up, and he's on his way, and he's pretty close. And then because it's Uber Eats and the joys of Uber Eats, that I'm not a fan of Uber Eats, and a big part of it is because of this, they can pick up other orders as it's coming to you. So he went and detoured to go to another restaurant to pick up an order for someone somewhat in my area. And because he did that, he ended up getting, not that he would have known, he ended up getting stuck on a, because of an accident for like 40 minutes on this road. And so then it was super delayed, super late. I know I'm complaining, but you know, this is, my life has nothing else going on other than just waiting to get my dinner. And so he dropped that off, but that's kind of the risk you take with Uber Eats, is they can go and pick up another order and deliver it after accepting yours. So yeah, by the time I got it, it was cold, but I heated up the broth and it was so delicious. So I'm super happy I just reordered from them. But then I ate with my emotions because I was so hungry. It was a really long week. Everyone I spoke with, I don't know about you guys, this past week was just, like, go away, over it. And that was just like not the ending I wanted for my Friday. So then I ate the whole bowl, which I shouldn't have done. That was way too much food. So then I was just stuffed and uncomfortable for the whole night and trying to sleep afterwards, still being full. But yeah, that's because nothing's going on in my life. So that was like the highlight, was that I was actually given soup and was only given the broth and none of the good stuff. But has that happened to anyone else? Just curious. I'm sure that has happened lots, but curious what your guys' experience was. Like I said, the restaurant was super apologetic, and I'm not one to make a fuss. I would have just found food somewhere, but like I said, I wanted the money to stay with the restaurant and them to still get something from it all. So I was happy to reorder, and it was really tasty. And then today, other than going to Michael's, we actually woke up at a pretty decent time this morning, which was a bit of a surprise. And then what am I trying to say? We had a Zoom birthday party for our friend's kid that is turning 1. So they did a little cake smash. He was such a little gentleman, though. He didn't want to smash the cake. He just so politely like grabbed little chunks of it and ate it, and then opened up some presents. So that was really fun to get to watch and be a part of. And I have a little present for him, just the cutest clothes. Oh my God, baby clothes and toddlers clothes. Am I right? Just, oh, too cute. So that was a nice way to spend the day. And then my husband and I played a few rounds of Skippo, and I crushed him. We played 3 rounds. He thought he had me in the last round after I'd run both. And no, I came back and crushed him. So satisfying. Is there anything better than beating your significant other at a card game? I don't think so. It's so nice. And then you have bragging rights. Especially because I messed up last night, and we have a fridge with the double doors, and I can just never get it closed. I don't know why. I just always end up leaving one of the doors open. So I did that last night, and it stayed kind of popped open all night. And it's not the first time I've done this, so I'm going to wear our fridge out, and it's going to suck. So my husband definitely, I was in the doghouse for leaving the fridge door open. So he made fun of me all morning. So I was really happy, even more happy to beat him at this game. So satisfying. So this is my Saturday night. I'm gonna diamond paint. I've been working on a puzzle. I'm working on a time lapse of it. I always feel so confident going into puzzles. Anyone else like this? You look at a puzzle and you're like, oh, I'm gonna crush that. It's gonna be so easy. Look at all those colors. I'm gonna be able to tell so easily where all those pieces go. It's a 1,000-piece puzzle, and then you open it, and then you realize how many pieces 1,000 pieces is. You get all the edge pieces, and then it's like, okay, well now what? So for my first time ever, I've like really focused on splitting them up by the different colors, and I think that's really helped. So I just switched some of what I was working on, but that's what I've been kind of working on throughout while doing this and doing crochet. Ooh, and at Michael's today, other than just getting the watercolor painting equipment or supplies, I purchased a really small cross stitch kit because that's something I've been really wanting to try out. So for anyone else that does cross stitch, where do you get your kits from? Where would you recommend a beginner starting? I am in Canada, so if there's any like great Canadian companies that anyone knows about, I know there's tons of stuff on Amazon, but it's as much as I can support companies here without ordering from Amazon, I will try. So just let me know in the comments if you're a cross stitcher. How did you get started and where do you get your kits from? Or do you kind of beyond ordering kits and do you just have the patterns and then have go get all of the thread? Let me know. I'd love to hear about it. My mom was telling me while we were shopping that my dad's mother, my grandmother, who is sadly passed a long time ago, used to love doing cross stitch kits. So my husband's going to go crazy me bringing in another craft because I have this table set up in our family room. I now have a puzzle that lives on our kitchen table. I have an awesome carrier that I can pack it up. I don't think the one I have anymore is available, but I'll try to find one that's similar. If mine's not, I'll still add the link to the one I have, and then I'll try to find something similar. I'll make note of which one I have tried and put it down there below because it's so nice to be able to pack up the puzzle. That's probably the most limiting thing to a lot of people, is just having this huge puzzle out all the time, and like, who has the table space for that? I have a puppy who loves to eat puzzle pieces, so it can't be anywhere near the ground because he will eat the puzzle pieces, and he has done that on several occasions to other people's puzzles at their house, which is just unbelievably humiliating. So this is really handy. You can pack it all up. If they do move if you tilt it like fully upright. They do slide around a bit, and it's soft, so it can be a little frustrating to get the pieces to work in. I actually cut out some cardboard from a big box we got from something I bought, and that makes it a lot easier. But you look at one of my other videos, I'm working on this really hard puzzle. It's like a dog, so it's all blue background, a dog, a table, and a cookie on the table. And the blue background is all the same shade of blue. And so that's all that I have left of this puzzle. And I just couldn't bring myself to just give up and take it apart. So I have a friend who's going to help me finish it once we're legally allowed to be in the same home. As someone who doesn't live in our home, she's going to come over, we're going to have wine, and we're going to tackle this puzzle. And I'm pretty excited to finish that one. So satisfying. But until then, I really wanted to start another one because I have a few in my closet that I wanted to get going. So I just, because it was on cardboard, so it actually worked really well that I had put it on a separate piece of cardboard that I could then I just put it under our bed. So now it's sitting there safely waiting for when we can actually work on it. And until then, I have another puzzle to work on. So it's great. But how I got onto that is I have stuff everywhere. In here is yarn. This table downstairs is probably more yarn because I always have crochet projects everywhere, and the puzzle. And now I'm going to have a cross stitch kit, which I do need to be more careful with the needle with the dog. I know it's not sharp, but you never know what a dog is going to put in his mouth. And in my case, he'll put everything in his mouth. So I know that there's like needle minders and cool things you can get for that. So I always love the accessories that come with different crafts. I know some people maybe find it a little tedious. Important thing is to know that you don't need to get anything fancy, like diamond painting. You don't need to have a fancy pen. You can use the pen that comes in the kit. You don't need the giant trays. I still use just these little basic trays. Yeah, maybe the drills don't sit as well and you can't get as many drills in there, but if you don't want to spend the money on the extra stuff, then don't. Just spend the money on the canvases. Maybe instead of getting accessories, you get better canvases. However, containers like this, oh, they make it so much easier. These ones are from Diamond Art Club. I also have Amazon ones, but they do make it a lot easier than working out of baggies. I think it also really helps with the static. I worked on an Amazon mystery painting, which was interesting, not knowing. I don't like the end result of it. I mostly got it to get this pen. I still don't know what the picture is. Like, I've commented on it a few times in my videos. I still don't know what it is. And working out of the baggies, I found the drills so staticky. I don't know if it was just the drills from this company, but They were so staticky, it was insane. So they were flinging everywhere. Every time I tried to pour them back into the baggie, they would go everywhere. I couldn't get a hold of them. I couldn't get them to straighten on here. It was a bit of a headache, but the drill, they were at least good quality because it was a square one. I recently just opened up for a video I posted for beginners, just how to get started. This Halloween one that I purchased. I purchased it before Halloween, but it didn't arrive in time for me to start and finish before Halloween. So it's just sitting in my closet, but I took it out and oh my gosh, the colors are so vibrant and pretty and it's square. I do love squares. I don't use a multi-placer on square. I'm not very good with the multi-placer, especially with square. Like I'm good enough for rounds, but squares, I just find they just are that little, when they're just a little bit crooked, it's so much more noticeable. So I do the checkerboard method and that really helps, but I just like the look of the squares. And a lot of the kits seem to come round, at least from Diamond Art Club so far anyway, that I have. How many in my stash do I have from Diamond Art Club? I'm trying to think. I have the Halloween one, this one, a religious Jesus one I want to make for my uncle, like a farm scene I want to make for this farm, these people we get a farm share from. Halloween, the Jesus one, the farm one. I have an Easter bunny. And I have like kind of another Christmas one, like a tin soldier one. And then I have one from Home Craftology. It's like a Paris scene. And then a Disney one that I got from AliExpress, which I think I might do that. Ooh, I might do that one next. It just looks cute and fun. And that one's also square. But I don't know what all of the shapes are for all of them. But let me know in the comments if you guys have a favorite place or a favorite drill type, a favorite store that you like to order from. I'd love to hear your guys' experience. Do you use a multi-placer? I kind of go back and forth. Sometimes I use it. Sometimes I'll just do the single placer. I think some people like the multi-placer because they make so much more progress, especially on these bigger ones. Like this is a 55 by 70 centimeter. I just really enjoy the process of doing this, so I'm not always in a big rush to finish it, as much as I do want to get to my other ones that I have. But then if I get to them sooner, I need to buy new ones sooner, and I'm really trying not to spend money because I spent quite a bit of money on these in 2020. I just started doing this in 2020. I'm sure like a lot of you with COVID, and I got my mom doing a couple. She's just bought some smaller ones from Amazon, but I bought a lot in a single year. And now if I want to do cross stitch, I need to kind of balance it all out and figure out where I'm going to spend everything. I do have a blanket I need to make. I have a Yarn Inspirations unboxing of this beautiful like velvet Bernat. I always say their name wrong, but I think it's Bernat yarn. Oh, it's so soft and luxurious feeling, and I need to start reading the pattern. I think it's intermediate, and I'm decent. I'm self-taught, so sometimes the patterns take a few reads for me. And I know there's a couple of YouTube videos out about how to make this blanket, so I'm going to watch those just to make sure that I do get it all done correctly. I am super excited to work on it. It's going to be so pretty. But I've started following a few more crochet accounts on Instagram. So I follow Yarn Inspirations, and there's one other one called like Daisy Farm something. I think something Daisy something. And they post just the cutest crochet patterns. There's some for like pot holders, and it's like these heart ones, and oh my gosh, they're so cute. They would also make a really cute blanket, putting a bunch of them together. So I think that might be my next project. I have some of the Red Heart Scrubby yarn in my stash that I need to make some dishcloths with. I have one made already, a nice red one, so I'm going to make a few more. I have some friends that really like them, and I probably could use some different dishcloths right now. So I think I'm going to make those and then just keep mixing it up. I find making the toques, crocheting them, actually a little harder on my wrist than anything else. And maybe it's how I'm holding my hook, I don't know. But I'm finding crochet to be really hard on my wrist. It's also probably because I'm spending too much time on my phone. I don't know if anyone else notices that when you're sitting there scrolling a lot, which once again, nothing else to do. So scrolling a lot, that your hand gets really sore. And, I guess my faux thing wasn't the highlight. The highlight is that I treated myself and got the new iPhone 12 Pro. So excited. The camera is so much nicer. If you check out any of my other videos, you might be able to notice that the lighting is so much better on this one. And I honestly didn't get it to make these. I kind of thought about it. My phone was a few years old. It had survived being ran over. Fell out of my pocket. It was a whole thing. So it did survive getting ran over, but we don't use another camera. Like, that is the camera that we use to take all of our photos for all the things that we do. And I go out to the mountains a lot and I go hiking a lot, and I want a camera that can take nice photos. And I bought a photo album at Michael's today, so we need to dig up a bunch of photos and just keep adding to it. So I thought, why not have a nice camera when that's where all of our memories are going to be stored? So I treated myself, and we get a little discount through work, but those phones are expensive. And Apple, how dare you, changed their freaking charging cord again. I'm livid. At least the piece that goes into the phone is the same, but I have to buy the new thing, a new piece that goes into the wall, because it's that piece that goes into the adapter is what's different. I was so mad. I had no idea. I can't believe that no one had been posting about that. When they changed, maybe it's because they didn't change how it goes into the phone. Because I remember when that happened, people lost their minds, and rightfully so. But they don't give you the piece that goes into the wall anymore. They don't even give you headphones because there's no headphone jack. You have to spend $100 on their AirPod things. So yeah, I get why people don't like Apple. Those kind of things just grind your gears a lot, especially when you're spending however much money on the phone. But I am super excited. I really like it. I have a case coming, thank God. It's just a cheap one off of Amazon until I can get to a store and buy a decent one, but this one's gonna be sparkly. I love sparkly cases. It's not the most professional thing, but you know what? I work from home now. I don't need to worry about that. No one sees my phone but me. But it's gonna be clear because I got the blue, I think it's like Pacific blue. It's really nice. And so I've never had I've never had a colored one before. I pretty much just always get this typical gray or graphite. So I'm pretty excited to have this one that's a nice color. But then, like, if you get a case that just covers it, like, what was the point? So this one's clear with some like quartz glitter, so it's clear glitter that I think will look cute. But I definitely need to go to Apple and have them put a screen protector on for me because I mess it up every time I do it. So I also drop my phone a lot, so I definitely want to have a screen protector on it, because if I bust this phone up, I'm gonna lose my mind. Anyone else out there treated themselves to a new phone, whether it's Apple or Android? And I'm not trying to start a war of Android versus Apple. Whatever you like, whatever works. I just have had Apple forever. iMessage. So many of my friends have it, so I need the iMessage. I didn't have that with my husband. He would go crazy. I'm not going to get WhatsApp for everyone. So that's kind of the update. Not much else happening. Hopefully I can go cross-country skiing next weekend. Like I said, it's warming up, but I think the temperature drops just for the weekend, which always sucks. Cross-country skiing, you work pretty hard. So as long as it's not like frigidly cold, where your face and eyes would freeze and you have to wear like full goggles, I think it will be okay. I still have to see if one of my girlfriends who I go out with, because I'm still a bit newer and she's helping me learn, is free, because I also have no sense of direction. So if I go by myself in the trails, I will get lost without a doubt. And there's no cell service in the mountains. So I need to go with someone who has a sense of direction, because I'm so focused on the actual skiing and not falling on my face, I do forget to pay attention to the directions we're going. So that's the next step, is working on that. Hiking is always pretty easy. It's in and out. I have an app called All Trails that I use that helps me know where to go and if I'm on trail. Cross-country skiing, I don't know if there's anything like that. If you do know of an app that works in your in whatever area and helps you look at the routes, let me know, because I need it. Because yeah, I am a bit hopeless with that. So I hope you guys are enjoying what you're working on. That's all I really had to talk about today. I'm just going to keep working away on this, making slow progress, and that's okay, because I'm not one to rush. I also want to try to get these in really good placings. I have a vision of putting this on a canvas. I think it'll work. I just hope I can get it to fit So like when it folds behind the canvas, I don't cut off the word. That will be the only thing. But I think that's enough space, and then this would all fold behind it. I watched Miss Crocheting Coffee's YouTube video about how she got hers on her canvas. So I have a coffee one that would kind of match this. They're slightly different sizes, but I think I could get that to work where I plan on hanging them. I don't know about you guys, but I can never get these AB drills to go into my frickin' pen. And I don't want to press hard because I don't want to take off all the shine. But the framing part can always be the most difficult because these paintings often come in sizes where you cannot get a frame that size without, you know, getting a custom. And I work hard on them. So if I actually want to hang them up or I want to gift them, I want to make sure it looks good. Like I don't want this stuff showing or the legend on it and it not to be matted properly. Like obviously you can only do with what's within your means, and that's totally fine. Whatever makes you happy and however it looks. But I know I am picky when it comes to how I frame them if I'm actually going to hang them up or gift them. So I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I'm just going to keep working away on this for probably a few hours tonight. And we'll see what I end up working on tomorrow. I think I might switch over to the cross stitch kit and get that bad boy opened up because I want to see it. But I might make a video of me opening it up as a first-time cross stitcher. I've been watching YouTube videos about how to do it. So we'll see. I'll have to play that one by ear. I might just kind of stick with what I know tonight just because it's been a long week and I just want to decompress and watch some TV. But thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything diamond painting, crochet, craft related, let me know. I'd love to chat with you guys about it. That's really why I started this YouTube channel. I know I'm pretty small right now. I'm not really doing it to, you know, I know everyone nowadays seems to start a YouTube channel because they think it's a quick way to make money. I don't think making a YouTube channel is easy by any means. I see a lot of the other craft channels, how much work they've put into developing their brand and, you know, what they do. And I think that's so inspiring. I just want to chat with other people who do this. None of my friends do much crafting. So I just wanted to, you know, be a part of the wider community and get to reach out and talk to you guys. So please comment, like, and subscribe if you wish. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.